It's me. I'm actually sitting at the cancer center getting fluids, and then I'm going to get my chemo pump off. But I thought, you know what? We've got a lot of new people that have joined the journey with us since I've been diagnosed with cancer. It's been just over 2 years now that we've been in this fight, and I thought it might be a good time for me to upload an overview of how we got here. So if you're new here, my name is Rachel Neal. I am a wife for 21 and a half years, a mom of 4 teenagers, and we homeschool, and we just have a beautiful life that God has blessed us with. In 2023, I started a new job. I was doing kind of what I would call my dream job. After 16 years of working in nonprofit fundraising, I started to consult and teach for an agency, folks that were in a similar position as me previously. And so just felt like such an affirmation of my gifts and the use of all the skills I had learned over 16 years. So that's important to the story because I started traveling and working remotely, and it was a lot of fun. But we were homeschooling, and I was 41-year-old mom of 4 teenagers and busy. And so when I started to experience extreme fatigue, changes in my bowel habits, spoiler alert, I have colon cancer, so there will be talk of bowel habits on this YouTube channel. When I started to experience those changes, I just thought, you know what? I'm a busy mom of teenagers. It's normal for me to be tired. It's normal for me to gain weight. It's normal for me to not feel well. And so I really just thought I need to change my diet. I need to start exercising more. And after a summer of what I'll call extreme constipation, told you we were going to talk about bowel habits, I just became increasingly uncomfortable, and I started to feel what I would call a mass in my lower left quadrant, thinking that it was just a bowel blockage or something of that sort. I tried changing my diet. I thought for a while that I had IBS. And so finally, after many, many months of feeling uncomfortable and honestly suffering, my mom and my husband talked me into going to the doctor. I made that doctor's appointment thinking it was kind of silly, and found myself needing to have a CT scan. My doctor was very concerned, and really after about a week of tests and waiting 10 days for results, we found out that I had stage 4 colon cancer. I had a tumor in my sigmoid colon that was nearly blocking and causing obstruction, and more than 13 tumors in my liver. And so really it was the metastasis to my liver that they were most concerned about. And so found myself at that point you've been doing this a long time when you can stop it yourself. Found myself at that point just in a whirlwind of diagnosis. And so that was October of 2023. And since that time, I have had 23 infusions or 22 infusions of chemotherapy. I've had 3 surgeries on my liver. I've had an emergency colon surgery. I had a diverting colostomy for 14 months that I had reversed in December of 2024. And now I'm at the point where I have qualified for a living donor liver transplant through Cleveland Clinic. And so that's where our journey brings us today. I was approved yesterday to be added to the donor list. Once insurance approves, I will be listed on the national list called UNOS, if you're familiar with that. And I have a living donor that's being tested October 28th for possibly becoming my liver donor. And so I'll be using this channel to share information about that process, about kind of how the journey is going educationally, to talk about colon cancer and liver transplant and all of those things, and just talking about my family, and of course sharing the good news of Jesus, because I am a follower of Christ, and I believe that it is God and his perfect plan that has gotten me to where I am today. He gets all of the credit and all of the glory for my story and anything good that has happened. We know that he's sovereign and in control, and we trust him. And so you're going to hear a lot of that on my channel. But I hope that you'll share my story with others who maybe need to hear hope in the midst of suffering and trials. And if you need prayer, please reach out. I've had so many people praying, so many people texting and encouraging me, and I just can't stress enough how grateful we are for the support and the encouragement. And we're heading into another season where we're going to need a lot more of it. So welcome to my cancer journey. Thank you for joining us. I hope you'll follow along and consider supporting as we look at getting a second chance at life for me.